Years after she retired from professional racing, Danica Patrick is preparing to take on a different type of race. The 2021 Boston Marathon will be her very first marathon. Our Paula Evans spoke with Patrick, and she says it is something that has been on her bucket list.
We know this is your first ever marathon. Why was Boston on your bucket list?
A lot of thoughts come to mind. One is that I didn't necessarily set a goal as Boston, as I didn't really think to myself I needed to be, or I could be so greedy as to think, if I want to run one marathon, I'm going to make it Boston. But the opportunity came up, and the truth is that I have one item on my bucket list, and that was to run a marathon. So I didn't put much more thought to it other than I want to run a marathon. But when the opportunity came up to run Boston, that was like a for sure yes. That wasn't a put it off another year kind of thing. That was like, let's go.
All right. And you're running with your sister, Brooke. What has training been like for you? How's it been going?
Well, and there's another girl too. Her name is Erin Bunton. She works for a company that does a lot of work with the Light Foundation, which is the foundation that we're running for. So that's how we got in, was through my friend Erin, and my sister is running as well. And so there's a couple other friends doing it too, but it's, you know, it's really what in hindsight, after, I think I said this to the group in a little video message, because we got together in a little group text over the last month or so to kind of rally each other, is that it's been so much more than a marathon. It's been so much more about sharing and the ups and downs, like, because for sure we've had them where, you know, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I remember my 16 and 18 mile run in training that I did in Scottsdale, Arizona in 100-degree weather made me think, I don't know how this is going to go. Right. So, you know, there's been ups and downs, but it's really been about sharing the journey together. And that's been the funnest part. And hopefully all of our training will have led to what feels like a really fun, good day. Like, I'm sure it'll be hard, but let's hope that all the training has led to that being just kind of the culmination of the experiences that we've put together.
And it is really interesting to think about you going through the process of preparing for a marathon, because you're used to racing. This is a completely different kind of race. You don't have a machine to rely on. It's just yourself. Do you enjoy getting out of your comfort zone in that way, or do you put extra pressure on yourself to perform?
I do love it. Yeah. I realized when I was done racing that one of the things that I loved so much about doing it was getting out of my comfort zone. And I didn't even know that that's what I loved about it so much, or one of the aspects I loved. But when I got out of racing, I found myself doing stuff that I'd never done before. I was bungee jumping. I was learning how to ski, surf, wake surf. I was learning how to snowboard. I was, you know, doing Bear Grylls, show and jumping out of helicopters, skydiving. I realized, and eating a scorpion, I realized that I really enjoy putting myself in those uncomfortable positions to see, you know, to really test myself.
Yeah. And you've been running in all kinds of different conditions. You had a recent run in Napa, California, which just sounds gorgeous and delicious. But what was that like?
That was a really good one. So that was our 20-mile training run that came off of the 16 and the 18-mile run in Arizona that were really hard. And so, you know, at that point in time, I mean, the marathon training started off with me going, I don't know if I really want to train. I just kind of want to do it. Part of it was kind of wanting an excuse if it didn't go well, maybe. But then the other part of it was I just like running. And so I thought, I'll be able to do this. It shouldn't, you know, it'll be hard, but I think I could go do it mentally tomorrow because I'm strong mentally. But that was kind of that turning point where after those 16 and 18-mile runs, I was like, whoa, I better put the miles in. And it was hard. Like, you know, it was hard to try and to do the training out in Arizona where the overnight lows are honestly like the highs in everywhere else in the world. Like when it's 85 overnight, it's miserable. And heat plays such a huge factor. And I didn't really know that. I didn't know that it played that big of a role, but it sure does. And so coming to Napa with the girls going, okay, like my last couple of runs were really not so fun. It was so nice. We all felt so good. We were all pacing each other the whole way. And it was, I think, just like a really good bonding experience. And it kind of put us in a position, I feel like, too, where, you know, we really felt like this was going to be a team run now. I think there were times where probably we all kind of felt like, is someone just going to kind of break out and just go have their own race? But we all, I think after that one went, okay, we're running this together.
Yeah, that's the great aspect of being able to run with a team like the Light Foundation. And of course, Matt Light, the former New England Patriots player whose Light Foundation does so much good work. For this race, you've heard about Heartbreak Hill. We're not really sure what temperature it might be here in Massachusetts next Monday.
Yeah.
Do you have any goals in mind for your first marathon?
Well, the first thing is it's not Heartbreak Hill. It's Home Free Hill. Okay?
That's a good way to think about it.
There's 4 little hills, and there is no way I'm going to program myself to thinking it's going to be bad. I am like, that hill is Home Free Hill because it's like downhill from there on out. So Home Free Hill, I'm sure will, be the culmination of all the training. But I think the good advice that we were all given was to have 3 goals. Because there's so much that could go different or wrong or better than you expect. So, the first goal is to finish in under 4 hours, and which I think is going to be challenging. It'll take like really good transitions with, fueling and fluids and things like that when we need them. But I think that, and it'll take having good, like being really consistent the whole run and feeling good, or feeling good enough. But I think then probably I said to the girls, I was like, man, if at halfway we are any more than a minute or 2 over 2 hours, we got to abort. And we got to go like, okay, let's try and have a 9:30 pace goal for the race and call that good. That's B goal. And then C goal is like, it's pouring down with rain or it's 80 degrees and, we just go, or it's really hot or something happens in the race in the first half. And we just go, you know what? I just want to have fun because if, as I've said, if I only run 1 marathon in my life, which is all I plan on doing, I want it to be memorable in a really good way. And I want to have fun. So at the end of the day, just being able to physically be able to, run 26.2 miles, I think is saying a lot about who we are and how we take care of ourselves, and to just celebrate that and enjoy the 26 miles of stadium.
It's true. You're such a competitor, and this is going to be an amazing experience for you and everyone on the Light team. Thanks so much for speaking with us. Good luck next Monday, and we'll see you at the finish line.
All right. Thank you.